This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, and welcome back to another edition of Dolany TV. I did not expect to have this edition going. However, the Edmonton Oilers have gone and made a trade today, moving around some pieces on the Bakersfield Condors for pieces in, pieces out. Acquiring centerman Klim Kostin. I'm not exactly sure how to say it. It's been a while since I've had to say that name, all the way, in fact, back to Bonnyville World Junior A Challenge 2016 when I interviewed this young man way back in 2016. Well, folks, crazy news here, right? Dmitri Samorukov, the return going back to St. Louis. So Samorukov cleared waivers yesterday and is now headed on his way to the St. Louis Blues, where he will more than likely get some NHL time, or if not a ton of NHL time this season. So the Oilers could keep essentially Kostin on the AHL roster until Monday's wire, and then he could potentially be a part of the Oilers roster on opening night or a couple of days after. This is an option. He does have NHL experience with 46 career games and 11 points in those 46 career games. So I'll get this graphic up for you so that you know I'm not BSing you right here. But friends, this one a minor move, but also quite a significant move. We did not plan on seeing an Edmonton Oilers trade today, I don't think. But this is a big time win for both teams. Just literally going out there, getting each prospect a new chance on an NHL roster somewhere, more than likely, right? I think Kostin will play for the Oilers quite a bit this season now that, well, he's a guy that's young, has that pedigree to be in the NHL, and jumps ahead of a couple of guys on the depth chart just based on what you gave up in Dmitri Samorukov, but also based on where he slots in as a centerman. So we'll quickly go get some information on Klim Kostin here and see what we can figure out for a young hockey player coming to the Edmonton Oilers in exchange for Dmitri Samorukov, who, well, is done and dusted as an Edmonton Oiler. A 5th round pick now moves on. However, let's see, 11 career points. He's played in 3 NHL seasons. He's only 23 entering this year, or is he still 22? Hold on, pardon me. He's 23 and a half years old. And you look at this, he had 9 points in 40 games played with the Blues last year. A total of 46 games, like I said, for 11 points in his career. He's a guy that doesn't really do a ton. He's, I guess, a guy that throws the body, actually. Hold on, this is something I missed there. 90 hits in a total of 40 games. This is the guy that goes out there crashing and banging. 6'3", 212, shoots left. So I don't think we'll be claiming Zohorna on waivers anymore, or are we? The Oilers are about to bulk up the bottom line and really go out there and have a run around, smash you up fourth line. Klim Kostin, a 6'3", 212 player. That's pretty incredible right there. And he was on waivers on October 8th. And so both players had cleared waivers and then were subsequently traded for each other. And extra stats, Kostin is a guy who, over his NHL career, just based on his limited 46 games of action, would roughly average 20 points in a season and 9 goals, 11 assists, but still put up something stupid like 187 hits in a year. And a guy that, right, the other numbers not quite there yet, but you gotta believe that they'll be coming here around soon as he plays some more NHL time with the Oilers. A 31st overall draft pick of the St. Louis Blues in 2017. And that's really all there is to this one, unless I can find anything more here on the old Twitter list to see if we can get some more reaction. David Staples talking about the win-win-win for the Oilers here. You've got Oilers Nation using a photo of Kostin fighting as their profile photo for their article on OilersNation.com for this one. You got Bob Stauffer talking just generally about Ken Holland and Doug Armstrong, giving each of one of their organizational prospects a fresh start. And so Kostin, and that's where we get that he will expect to go to the Condors. And then, yeah, so the Oilers could also keep Kostin in the minors and Malone on the roster through Monday's submission. Then subsequently, they could flip them and gain 12.5k cap space. So there's a ton here. Folks, sorry, I need to take a sec. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate that. Anyway, back to the Oilers. Both players cleared waivers earlier this week and can safely be loaned to their new team's minor league affiliate. So the Oilers have nothing to do in terms of just loaning Kostin to the minors. And both players, 23 years old. However, the Oilers in all this were able to gain 25,000 of cap hit at the NHL level in trading off Samorukov for Kostin, and was highly rated in his draft year, but they rushed him. NHL 5-on-5 offense, reasonable for bottom six possession numbers, downbeat, listed as center, but doesn't take face off. That according to Low Tide there, and there you go. It is one of those things for the Oilers where that's the trade that's made, and that's all we've got here. So that's what you need to know. The Oilers trading Dmitri Samorukov to the St. Louis Blues. Samorukov, I just want to quickly pull up the St. Louis Blues roster and who they've got on the left side, because that just kind of wish Samorukov well in St. Louis. Well, one guy that I've always been pretty high on in terms of the Oilers roster, but just to go quickly here, they've got Nico Mikkola, they've got Marco Scandelli, Nick Leddy, and Torrey Krug. So you got to imagine that for Dmitri Samorukov, he's got a pretty easy path if he can go out there and just kind of earn his way up. It'll be interesting. I don't know if the St. Louis Blues have injuries. I'm not going to take the time to go research that or anything, but I would imagine to see Samorukov in the NHL rather quickly here soon too. So folks, that's it. That's all from me on the Oilers front today. We'll have a video, of course, talking about waivers. If indeed Devon Shore does go on waivers, I believe Brad Malone will indeed clear. So there might not be as much huge news for the Oilers today on waivers as there was yesterday. Instead, we get an Edmonton Oilers trade prior to the season. Klim Kostin coming to the Oilers. Of course, as I said, a little bit of history there for myself, having interviewed him at the World Junior A Challenge in 2016. Folks, I hope you have yourself a great Sunday. I hope you've taken this video to consider hitting that subscribe button. We are just days away, literally. Monday off, Tuesday I go to work. After Tuesday's day of work, I drive to Edmonton. Wednesday we go to Rogers Place at noon. We hunt to maybe try and get some photos with some NHL players, and then we have ourselves one heck of a hockey game to open the regular season Wednesday night, 8 p.m. at Rogers Place. I'm Tyson, this is Stolany TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am up on out of here.